Hello friends, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365, and today I'm going to give you my top 10 most anticipated movies of 2020. If you're new to the channel, please hit the like button, subscribe, hit that bell notification. I put out videos every single day. You can also find me over Twitter and Instagram at MovieGuy365, as well as over at the Disney Magic Hour podcast. I will leave a link for that in the description. Alright, so it is January 1st, so that means a whole new year of movies coming our way to the local theaters, and we all have our most anticipated list. And, you know, I feel like while this year is it's not as hotly anticipated as the last couple, at least for me. But there are still some good movies on here that I feel are going to be very worthy of going to the theater and seeing. And of course, one of the things I don't like about making lists like this is the stuff that I don't really know about yet, or that haven't been officially announced or given a release date, because this list will look a lot different by the end of the year. It's just this is just what we know, what's coming, and what I'm just anticipating personally. And of course, in the comment section, please let me know all your most anticipated movies of 2020. So let's not waste any time. Let's dive right into this. My number 10 is going to be Ghostbusters Afterlife. Look, we had a disastrous 2016 Ghostbusters. That was just a hard miss. But we do want to see some kind of continuation. I mean, they could have continued that story with minor alterations to the script, and I think it could have worked a little better. Oh, there's other things that they could have done that worked better, honestly. But this one, it looks like it has the heart and soul of the original Ghostbusters. Now, just a little what we've seen, but I think it's going to hit all the right notes for me personally. So I'm anticipating this one. I'm a big fan of the franchise, and I just want to see it done right. I want to see this world that we have known since 1984 just expand and just really kind of gravitate to something new. I really think this one is going to be probably kind of an underdog, but maybe not really. So we'll see what happens with Ghostbusters. My number 9 is going to be Tenet, directed by Christopher Nolan. Now Christopher Nolan is a director. I will go see his films. Like, I want to see a Christopher Nolan film, so he automatically will be like on any list that I put out. I mean, come on, we can go over his complete resume. I don't have to, I think, but it's just an awesome, awesome looking film. I just saw the new trailer for it recently, and it gives you just enough to make you very curious. So I'm very excited to see what Tenet's going to do. I'm very just interested in this one overall, and I'm going to really try to go into this one as blind as possible. My number 8 is going to be Top Gun Maverick. I mean, it's Top Gun. Let's face it. I have minor concerns about this one. It looks, even based off both trailers, that they're really trying to kind of Force Awakens this thing. Like, kind of give you everything that you loved about the first one, but just modernize it a little bit. And I think that can be very dangerous territory, as we saw with the Force Awakens. But it's Top Gun. It's coolness in of itself. So I'm very much interested to see how they continue that story, not just retread what they've done before. So I want to see something new. I want to see, yes, this all existed in the same world, not just like, oh, we've seen this before, walking on the 2020 edition. So I'm anticipating this one. I think if my concerns were not there, this would be a little higher on my list. But of course, I will be day one. I'm going to go see this in a Dolby theater, and I can't wait for it. So my number 7 is going to be Wonder Woman 1984. Once again, this is something I think would be higher on my list, but I love the trailer so far. I really think it looks interesting. It looks fun. I'm honestly a little more excited about this one than Black Widow, even though Black Widow is going to be on my list as well. But I'm interested. The slate of the DC universe still makes me a little nervous. So I guess it's just more anticipation on that. And of course, you hear things that are happening behind the scenes of the movie. So I don't know. I'm still interested in seeing this one. Of course, it's made my list, but I'm cautiously optimistic. I mean, we have the Birds of Prey movie on one hand, which I can't see how that's not going to be a disaster. But then you have, like, the original Wonder Woman was pretty awesome. And I'm at the end of the day a comic book movie fan, so I'm really interested to see what they do with Wonder Woman in the 1984. My number 6 is Godzilla vs. Kong. And I'm a fan of giant monster movies. That's just it. That was going to make my list no matter what. I know it's probably going to not be that great, but it's still iconic characters, giant monsters fighting it out. So I'm very much interested to see where they take the story. I'm hoping it's good. I think of all the movies on this list, I'm just praying this is good in some form. You know, like, it's just, I'm very nervous about this one, but it's giant monsters fighting it out, so that's why it's a little higher on my list. My number 5 is going to be Marvel's The Eternals. Now, once upon a time, you could have said, hey, Guardians of the Galaxy, that's no way going to be a good movie. And that is still one of my favorite Marvel movies that they've released. So I'm very interested in what The Eternals is going to bring to the table. I'm not going to count Marvel out. They've given us no reason to really doubt them at this point. So until I see differently, this is absolutely going to be on my list. I love the good cosmic side of the Marvel Universe. I hope they really explore that. But I'm optimistic we're gonna see something cool here. My number 4 is going to be Dune. This is another one that, if it wasn't for the director, I probably would be very nervous, because this is such a massive property. And what I mean that is, if you've ever read I've actually read all the books, and they're not exactly page turners at times, but there's a lot of information there. But if it wasn't for the director, you know, I'm a fan of Villeneuve. You know, I mean, Arrival, Blade Runner 2049, Sicario. I love this man's work, and I fully support him. Even though his movies are more critical darlings than they are box office hits, I think he's magic behind the lens. So I'm anxious to check this one out. I've seen the miniseries. I've seen, of course, the original movie that came out years and years ago. But to see what this guy can do, I'm very anxious to see how Dune turns out, and hopefully it's made into a good movie based off the book. My number 3 is going to be Black Widow. Once again, I think with Marvel, I'm more relaxed with the Marvel potential than I am the DC. So that's why these are not flipped. But I would say Black Widow is still one of my favorite characters. She's pretty awesome. Scarlett Johansson looks amazing in it, in the trailer that we've seen, and it's a Marvel movie. I know we're going to get not just a cut and paste. I think it's going to get something different. We're going to see something cool. It's going to move the narrative along. I mean, I know this takes place post-Civil War, but I think we're going to see something cool to help move that Marvel Universe forward. And of course, Florence Pugh, I'm a big fan of. Just watched her in Little Women, and of course, Midsommar. She's amazing in those movies. So, for that reason, Black Widow is my number 3. My number 2 is A Quiet Place 2. This literally just jumped up on my list 10 minutes ago. And the reason for that is they just released a trailer. It looks fantastic. I cannot wait for it. I am just super excited to see where they take it. It looks like it's going to be with flashbacks back to the first couple days of what happened with the invasion, and that's stuff that I feel was definitely missing from the first movie. And I love the first movie, I really do. But this one, look at the trailer. This is why it's number 2 right now, because that was a solid trailer, and I could go in blind, and I think I will. I think at this point I won't watch any other trailers, but I'm going to go right into this one in March, and I'm very excited for A Quiet Place 2. And my number 1 is going to be Disney's Mulan, the live action version. I'm very excited for this movie. The trailers look like it's going to be an epic adventure. It's not going to be dumbed down. It's not going to be a word for word retelling of the animated feature like Lion King was. This looks like it's going to definitely explore new avenues. It looks beautifully shot. The cinematography alone is getting me excited. I'm also a big fan of the character. So I think for that reason, Mulan definitely deserves to be that high on the list. I'm anxious to check this one out. So let me know in the comments below, what movies do you know about in 2020 that are getting you the most excited? Go ahead and tell me. Let's discuss it. In the meantime, please like, subscribe, hit that bell notification. I put out videos every single day. So until next time, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365. I will see you at the movies.